Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of We're in Trouble Now, the podcast where me and my co-host Mom
Hello.
and Brandon,
Hi.
oh my God, sit on our kitchen and we enjoy life. The theme of this podcast is we are just having a conversation at the kitchen, and you as the listener are invited in as our house guest. And this is basically an unfiltered, no holds bar look into our daily crazy lives.
And usually we're in trouble.
And usually they're in trouble. This week's episode is really jam-packed. By popular demand, we're going to have Brandon discuss how and why he would want to dig a hole to get away from a tornado. We are going to check in with life after gray hair and tattoos, kind of just show what everything's about, what's going on, expectations, reality, things we're looking forward to. After that, we're going to give our cute little puppy Indy update and see what she's going and how heavy she weighs. And then lastly, we're going to talk about what we're afraid of. What is our fears, our dangers, and expectations regarding that. This and more on this week's episode of We're in Trouble Now, so stay tuned.
We're in trouble now. We're in trouble now.
So by popular demand, we have a request. And this came from our really dear friend, Kim Allen. And Brandon.
Yay, Kim.
Yay,
Yay.
Kim. We love our Kim.
I know her.
Yes.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we all know Kim. So Kim has requested, because I always ask people for questions, comments, and concerns.
Yes.
And she would really like to know about this tornado hole. And so for anybody out there who's listening, on one of our podcasts, we did a game. It's called like the worst case scenario. And the question is what would you do if you were outside and a tornado was coming? And Robert and I picked, like standard boring stuff like, run away, get into a tornado shelter. And Brandon proceeded to say that he would dig a tornado hole.
Yes.
So for everybody who's out there and perhaps runs into this, ominous tornado and cannot run away or get to shelter, perhaps you could explain a little bit more detail your tornado hole.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So a tornado hole, exactly what it is.
Sounds like a great name for like a strip club.
That's...
You know what? It really doesn't like some seedy movie.
Yeah. Well, like, that's a good point. I'm just going to leave it at that point. Anyways, but so the thing about the tornado hole is that if you dig down and then like sideways, but if you put something in front of the hole so you don't get sucked out like a hamster, like you're completely fine.
Okay. So now you're digging down and over?
Well, yeah. I mean, you got to think about it. If a tornado is coming over a hole, it's going to shoot you out like a rocket.
How much time do you think it would take for you to dig this zigzaggy labyrinth?
Well, I mean... Okay, so give me a situation.
You're outside and a tornado's coming.
And you have a shovel.
How
where
long
does he
do I
come
have?
up with the shovel?
He's always had one.
You would just walk around with a shovel.
Okay, that's fine. And they're like, it's like, whoop.
Is that the fire alarm?
Whoop. Tornado incoming.
Oh.
Tornado incoming. I'm like, oh, snap. Let me go grab my shovel. Give me about 15 minutes.
You already had the shovel.
Give me about 15 minutes and I'll dig this hole. Because what you got to do is you literally just got to jack down. So you got to go straight down. But you got to go down at a point with some like a little slopage to it.
Slopage?
Yeah, so you have to get a little bit of an angle to it. Because if you don't get an angle, you're just going to drop straight down.
Yeah, we don't want to do that.
You don't want to do that. And you also need to get a way back up. So if you slope it, you're able to kind of get your way back up.
But wouldn't it take you longer to get deeper because you're going at an angle instead of going straight down and straight over?
Yeah, what are you going to do with all the dirt while you're down there? Because you realize it's just displacement of soil.
The good thing there's a tornado coming because it's like a vacuum. That's what I'm saying. So it's a win-win situation.
Okay.
I don't know how else easier it is.
Yeah, no.
So that's what I'm saying. You got to go slope and you got to go to the side, but then you also have to get something to block the slope entrance, or you're literally going to just get shot out of the hole that you just made.
So not only do you have to dig a labyrinth of tunnels within a small window, you have to find something heavy enough to stop a tornado from sucking you out like a hamster.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that why you're going down and over?
Yeah, well, I mean, okay, yeah. So you got to go down and over, and then
you still need to find a door.
Yeah, you just got to block it with something. Got to roll down a rock.
Now, do you have experience with such digging?
I played Minecraft.
Oh, okay.
That seems easy enough.
So, Robert, let me ask you this.
Hmm.
Being that you had just, very graciously
Hot
replaced
pizza?
some of this, yes, and
Oh.
thank you for that. You have replaced some of the sprinklers in the backyard.
Yeah.
And some of the sprinklers required digging.
Yeah. All of them, actually.
Yes. And you have like the world's smallest little hand shovel.
It's a hand trowel
See, and that's your
designed
problem.
to replace. Well, I'm not digging to China. I'm trying to replace a sprinkler head.
Can't be too safe.
What do you mean you can't be too safe?
Well, what if a tornado came? You
In
only had a hand
California?
shovel.
Why?
Yeah.
And there wouldn't be a siren. We don't have sirens out here for tornadoes.
I'm just going to, anytime that we have a thunder, because we've had a really crazy monsoonal summer.
Yeah.
Next time I see thunderheads, Robert, I'll just walk behind you and be like, whoop, whoop,
Sound like a howler monkey.
whoop.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's what I would do.
Okay.
I mean, if I had time, I'd cement
When's the
it.
last
but-
time you dug anything?
in that snake business.
Oh, so
Snake
years
fencing
ago.
business.
Oh, okay. So we
But
do
I
have,
have-
but we have a sprinkler in the front yard that needs to be replaced. Why don't you come with the baby hand shovel that
50
Robert
bucks.
has?
What?
And
$50.
no, I would like
Okay.
to see your digging skills to see how quickly you could dig up the sprinkler.
I only show my digging skills
In the case of an emergency?
100%.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, save your strength.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when Robert was out there fixing the sprinkler, I wanted to start digging the other one, and he made fun of me because I came out with
Here, you don't finish that just yet. Brandon, I will let you guess what Mom came out to try to dig a hole to replace the sprinkler with. Take a guess.
A hoe.
Nope.
A pickaxe.
Nope.
An axe.
Worse.
What's a rake?
Nope.
A,
You're thinking too practical.
a
First-
broom.
Nope. Getting closer.
A vacuum?
You're not wrong.
Are you kidding me?
No.
You know what the-
It was a what, Mom?
It was a spatula.
excuse me?
It was a metal spatula used for barbecuing, and Mom comes out like she's on like Ratatouille, and she's just like
Yeah, because what I was
Trying her
in
best.
my mind, because it was a
literally have a garage of shovels.
It's
We have more shovels than people.
It's a barbecue It was a barbecue spatula, so I thought it was heavy duty.
Did it have holes in it?
It did.
Yes. So what I imagined doing was like being like chop 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 around, and then I would scoop out the stuff that I had just chopped.
But it.
Yeah. So
it-
Mom got almost to the hole before I forbid her to even use it.
But how are you going to shovel it up if there's
would've just
little
taken-
holes in the?
No, because
Boom.
you know how like I kind of envisioned it like cutting a cake.
Well, you can
know.
envision. But what is the actual spoon? Was there holes in the spoon?
It wasn't a spoon; it was a spatula.
Okay, was there holes in the spatula?
Yes.
Yeah.
Then how are you going to pick anything up with holes in the
Wait, I
spatula?
was going to pick it up like just chunks of dirt with my hand.
Yep.
This is
So-
hurting my brain.
It was not an enjoyable time, and the whole time Indy was like, "Hey, whatever you doing, I'm doing, and I want to be in it."
Yeah. So then Indy's like trying to run over and jump and see what Robert's doing, and Robert's yelling at me like
I'm like,
I'm
Mom,
in
can you
con-
watch the dog? She goes, "Come here, Indy." Yeah,
Well, I
sure.
was doing stuff too because I replaced all the little sprinkler heads all around the edges,
Yeah.
and I cleaned out the door and, I
you were able to do
WD-40.
so because the effing dog was in my business.
Well, apparently she respects my authority.
Listen,
Yeah, she thought what you were doing is interesting. So I think it's really funny how every time the dog does something, Robert's all like,
oh,
at
it's
me like it's my
so I'm
fault.
trying to get the duck. I got the duck stuck in the tree, right?
Yeah.
And so it's this really cool little duck. You
It's
you
a
kind of
Nerf
like
duck.
it's a Nerf duck. You kind of there's a little like pocket where the head is.
Yeah.
And you can stick your thumb in it, and you use you pull it back with the elastic like band, and it shoots. It's really fun. Well, I like to shoot up in the air because
Okay,
it's
yeah,
kinda cool.
because he doesn't shoot across the yard. He shoots at
Up.
I shoot it at an
How many
angle.
times have you had to go over and knock on Gil's door and ask him to get your toy out of his
I have
backyard?
only had to go once.
You've-
Mom's had to go twice.
Why didn't you just climb the fence?
I'm scared. And
Well,
so,
yeah, because he's got security cameras.
so I've had a couple.
So-
I've done it a couple of times in his yard. I've gotten it stuck in the tree twice.
Jesus.
This
Mm-hmm.
last time, it was really, really high up there because I did it really well, and it got stuck. And so what I did is I got some paracord. and I got one of Indy's other toys, a little heavier toy, and I tied it around, and I went to go. I would throw it over the tree to like get it hooked, and then start pulling on the branches. Did not anticipate how much of an a-hole Indy would be as I'm trying to untangle the string.
So he's yelling at me.
I'm like, Mom, can you get the dog? Hang on, I'm working. And she's over there making TikToks.
Yeah, I was
Mom,
working.
please, can you take the dog? And she's like, hold on, Mommy's busy.
Oh
I'm like,
my
ah,
Yeah,
God,
mommy's
dude.
at work.
Mommy's
you need
working. I was like, do it inside then.
No,
I like
it
it
was
out
my
here.
outside TikTok.
Yeah, you're like, it's my outside time. And I was like, great, I'll be over here fending off the dog, trying to get the duck out of the tree.
Well, you know what?
Long
For
story
what-
short, I got the duck out of the tree.
Yeah, but you know what? It was your problem.
You know?
You needed to fix it all on your own. That's how you learn.
That's not how I learn because I keep getting things stuck in the tree. I'm
I
not
know.
learning.
Oh yeah,
Then
Brandon.
don't shoot the duck up in the tree.
I like shooting it high.
Yeah, the best is I'll be in here working on like at the kitchen counter, and I hear the back door open. Mom, I
Oh,
did it
my-
again.
Yeah, so we also got, oh, dang. Hang on.
Does Indy like give you a weird look? Like every time you get it stuck up in the tree, she's like, "Dude, come on."
Nah, she's like,
this is the best thing
yeah,
ever.
she's like, whatever, dude, I'm down. I'm ready.
Oh,
She's like, throw
so-
me next.
So get this, Brandon. So
Huh.
the duck was in the eucalyptus tree in the backyard, and
Yeah.
they're pretty high. Those are pretty big trees.
Yeah.
So yesterday, Robert's like, I have to get the duck down. I'm like,
it was driving me insane.
so he's like, I'm going to climb the tree.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, you're not.
That's what I proposed.
Right?
Yeah.
No. And he's like, no, I'm going to climb the tree. I'm like, I'm going to call Natasha and make her stop you.
Yep.
So I call Natasha. She doesn't answer the phone. She texts Robert, hey, your mom just called me. I'm like, thank God it wasn't a life-threatening thing.
Yeah.
I'd be like, hey, you know what? If there's an emergency, give me about a 20-minute heads
Oh,
up
yeah.
so I can call her
Oh,
and
yeah.
she can figure out
Yeah,
why
Natasha's
I'm calling
a
her.
lot of things, but a fast responder
Mm,
in case
yeah.
of a crisis is not it.
She's looking at her phone. She's like, "Robert could be in trouble."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she-
Yeah.
She puts it down.
if it was a real emergency, he'd call me.
Yeah. Yeah. I need to double check this.
So, like, I'd be curious to see, because, what's up?
So I'd be curious if Natasha's not a great responder, if she were to get caught in
That's
a
what I was
tornado.
just gonna say.
Yeah, like
Dick?
she would have to we'd have to give her like a week's planning.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Robert. What were you going to say?
That was it. That was exactly it. I wonder how she would do in a tornado. I wonder how fast she
Wow.
could dig a hole. Huh.
You kind of got a little upset that I
Because
beat you.
I was saying it, and as I was saying it, you're like, whoa, hang on. What about this?
I caught wind of what you were saying, and I'm just going
No.
to
Mom
make.
just Mom Motowned me.
Yeah, no, that's what you get for procrastinating.
No, I was mid sentence.
Yeah, well, you're very meekly mid-sentence.
Meekly. Anyway, I like throwing
Jesus.
things with Indy, and it's fun.
Yeah, and it always
it-
gets stuck
Yeah,
up in the
and,
tree.
and it's funny because Natasha was like, "Hey, your mom is." She said, "Is your mom home?" Because she just called me, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah. So then Robert's like, Natasha just texted me and told me you called me. I'm like, so I have to text Natasha. I'm like, tell Robert to stay out of the tree.
Yeah.
Like, for heaven's sakes, can somebody please
I could
with
totally
more
do it.
authority
I had my
tell
Crocs on, so and it was in 4x4
No,
mode.
and here's the thing. It's like you know what? If you didn't have your trip to England coming up,
Mm-hmm.
you know what? You fall out of the tree. We can put you on the mend. But I could not imagine you trying to fly all the way to England, just having a broken something.
I could do it because then
Brandon,
I could. No,
you had a
You-
broken leg.
yeah.
Do you think
No,
Robert could fly to England
you don't.
with a broken leg?
I'm not running to England. First of all, if I was to break my leg or anything like that, I would get priority boarding, right? And then I would take the train, and then I get to Natasha, and then she could just play nurse and nurse me back to health, like a
More
like a World
cowbell.
War II. What did you just say to me?
Nothing.
Like a World War II, like I'm a
Okay.
soldier coming back from war, and she's the British nurse trying to nurse me back to health.
Yeah, I love Natasha. I could see her trying to nurture you back to health.
No, she'd be like, "Get over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Just something like,
You've got another leg."
you'll live.
Yeah.
No,
She'd
dude.
only give you crumpets.
I don't think. No, she never even gave me a crumpet when I was in England. I didn't get any British thing. Oh, I had
Yeah, you did.
no, like pastries and stuff like that. The only thing
You
I
wait,
think I
Brett.
had. Huh.
Go ahead. I'm gonna stop interrupting.
Yeah, no, please,
Yeah.
please continue.
Wait,
what I
Robert,
was
you
gonna-
did this, didn't you?
Yeah, it's exactly it.
Shut up.
No, what were you gonna say?
You had the English chocolate.
Okay, it's not no,
Not a crumpet.
not a pastry.
I didn't
So,
say it was a pastry. You
I,
said you
as
didn't have
I was
anything-
saying, oh my god, I haven't had any English pastries. The only thing I think I had was like a yum yum, which is basically like a glazed donut.
They're called Yum Yums?
Yeah, Yum
Oh,
Yums.
we have to go to England now.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do. Because I want to order a Yum Yum.
I'll bring you back one, or I'll take you down the street and get you a glazed donut, and it's a Yum Yum. It's the same thing.
Can
That's
I
a
go
good
in and
point.
order it as a Yum Yum?
You can do whatever you want. They're gonna think you're crazy.
Yeah.
Well, they do anyway.
Yeah.
Most people do anyway.
Can I get this Yum Yum
Yeah.
and that Yum Yum?
Lonnie
and,
wants a Yum Yum.
and 2 of those Yum Yums.
And then I'll be like, anybody else want any Yum Yums?
Yum Yums for everyone.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
No, it would be interesting to see what kind of pastries I'm gonna have over there.
Yeah. I kind of want to see what she's going to think about our donuts. We got to take her to Krispy
Oh,
Kreme's.
yeah.
They have Krispy Kremes there.
No,
They
they
do?
don't.
Yeah.
It's a lie.
They. I mean, it's not like
Are they
England is
or are
in
they
the
Yum
moon.
Yum? Are they Yum Yum creams?
No.
Yeah,
just
dude.
Krispy Kreme.
Can I get one of those glazed Yum Yums?
Nope. They're
Yeah.
just. They're not the same thing, but they're similar to it.
You
Does
just said they
anyone-
were a glazed donut.
Basically,
Would
I'm
it
trying to
be-
oversimplify it for you.
Would it be
Why you don't think
flaky
I can
creams?
handle
Well, you guys
like
aren't-
big numbers?
No, first of all, it's not a number; it's a donut. I'm just saying sometimes it's easier if I.
I see. I think that's where you get into problems. Is you oversimplify, and then Brandon and I just go crazy with it.
It's true.
I don't simplify.
Yeah,
I divide
Great.
I conquer.
Okay.
with math.
I just do it with stuff.
Okay. Well, as fun as that could be, and Brandon in his hole.
You know what, Kim? I hope that if you're just because you're ready to move on doesn't mean I am.
Okay.
So anyway, Kim, there is your tornado hole example. And if you are ever in a tornado while it is an option, I suggest you just run. So Robert, continue.
No, please. No, it's fine. It's
I'm
okay.
done.
Oh, okay, good. If it's okay, Your
Brandon,
Highness.
are you done talking about the Brandon
Oh my
hole?
God.
I've been done.
Okay. Oh, you said that really deep.
I've been done.
I don't know. That's just me talking.
No, it sounded good. So Robert, Robert, continue. Hello.
Robert.
I'm gathering my train of thought.
Robert.
So, you guys want to talk about, kind of like a check-in on Gray Hair Can Do?
Mhm. Yeah.
I know it's been a while since we started it. It's been about, what, a month?
Yeah, about a month and a half,
Yeah,
I
about
think.
a month and a half.
Mhm.
And it's been a really fun time. Brandon and I, what we do is we wake up in the morning, we go for a little walk
Oh,
around.
so what?
Was there something in that pizza?
For real.
Can you just?
What is it about my speech that just you feel obligated to just put your foot?
Because you have to explain to them what Gray Hair Can Do is. They have no idea. I need part of your tissue.
No, I've been
I have
using.
a nose ring and I laughed through my nose.
You laughed through your nose?
Yeah, I didn't want to spit on you, so I did a.
Great.
Thank you.
So,
Yeah.
Gray Hair Can Do.
No. Yeah.
What do you mean no?
No. Continue.
Gray Hair Can Do. Now I'm all anxious for when she's going to stick her opinion in it.
No.
Is basically it's this video series that we've been doing where, mom, who is 58 now, is kind of taking a cool little spin on you're never too old to do anything or to not do something. So the whole video series is mom trying different things with Brandon as her assistant, and it's been really fun.
Yeah.
Did I get it okay?
Yeah, you did really good. So now they know that it's a series that we do on YouTube
Great. So
because I don't think you mentioned that.
oh my God. So anyway, it's been a month and a half, and surprisingly, I've not wanted to run away from you guys. It's been really fun.
It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And it's really cool. It's like we started one way where we're kind of like went then we started being like kind of slapsticky and and then we kind of realized that that's not the direction we want to go in. We want to just be more motivational. Just
Correct. So yeah. So to reiterate, we didn't really know the direction in which the video wanted to go.
Mhm.
We kind of had an idea of where we wanted it to be, but we didn't know how to get there. And the first video was really fun. The second video was also really fun, but I feel like we were kind of all over the place in terms of like what we were looking for in terms of content creation.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it seems like we've kind of really narrowed it down to like a little bit more of motivational and just like an overall good time with each other.
Mhm.
yeah.
And we were doing this thing for a little bit where it was like, oh, okay, we have to do this grand gesture kind of thing, or we have to do this giant, super extravagant, event. But it seems like, Brandon and I were talking, it seems like the more personal, the more like, kind of like individual things that we do that is going to be more impactful.
Mhm.
Like, for example, today Brandon came up with a really good idea of going frisbee golfing.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I thought was really cool.
I was telling Robert that over in Paloma, they
Yeah.
have the Frisbee golf course.
Yeah, they have one over there. They also have one in Marietta. I think they have one at Lake Skinner. I think they have one. I mean, they're everywhere.
There's one in Lake Skinner?
Probably.
Really?
Probably.
I would
What do you mean,
think-
probably you just guessed?
Yeah, why not? I would think so.
Yeah, but no, I think frisbee golf would be cool. And like, it doesn't cost us anything other than, what it takes to have a frisbee golf set,
Yeah.
and I think that's a little bit more, I was going to say impactful when it comes to like video creation, because it shows more of you guys as, people and personalities instead of like, oh, here's you doing that thing. And instead of it being about that thing, it's about you two as people.
Yeah. It's
Well,
like,
I think
we're
it-
going to go shuck corn today. It's like, oh no, it's going to go watch us play badminton. And, I was also thinking we can play tennis, but we can just yell every time we hit it. Ah! And then like, they didn't spike as much.
No, I
I screamed
know.
to the side.
You know, I actually drove by the high school and they have tennis lessons.
I
Really?
like making up my
Yeah.
own tennis rules.
Well, you don't even know anything about tennis.
I know.
dude.
I know
you
about
gotta, You
tennis.
gotta yell every time you hit it.
Okay,
Yeah.
tell me some rules about tennis.
You have to get the ball over the net.
Okay.
And yell.
So what's the scoring?
There's a
deuce.
love. Yeah, and a love.
Yeah,
Okay,
there's
so-
a double deuce.
You guys
And a
can't just
double
say words and
Yeah.
then know
goes-
the score.
Yeah, it goes 15, 30, 45, deuce, deuce,
Good juice.
deuce,
Love.
3, and then final.
Oh,
Yeah.
so-
So no, we could do that at the over by the park
Yeah.
because we have our little swipey card.
But
that
it'll
we can
just be
get.
me yelling the entire time.
yeah. So like,
But I did take tennis lessons. I was on the tennis team in junior high school.
were you really?
Yes.
I don't believe it.
It is weird that you kind of have like a thing for everything that we've done.
I did a lot of things.
We did
I
a cake. We did a baking video. And I was like, I used to work at a cake shop, and you're like, we're going to talk about tennis.
Yeah, and I
was
had
like,
to
used do
actually,
tennis.
and I had to actually make a rose to prove to you guys that I actually used to work as a cake decorator.
Yeah.
I did not say I was good at the tennis in junior high school.
That's also a good point.
I was on the team. We played against Solana Beach one time.
Okay, how'd you do?
I never scored once.
Not 1 point.
I never got 1 point.
Dang.
And the girl that I had to compete against was as equally as horrible.
Ah.
She never scored 1 point, and I never played at another.
So how did the
tennis
match
tournament.
end?
0-0.
You ran out of
Oh.
time, or what?
Yeah, we ran out of time and we just gave up and just stared at each other.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I never said I was a tennis champion, but I still have that memory of that really long, uneventful, non-scoring tennis.
So what we should do is do like a rematch. We should have you versus Brandon, but Brandon have like a pigtails.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll come in with like a skirt.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, we'll have matching outfits.
That actually would be pretty funny.
I'd be down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I could have a chance to redeem myself.
We also, I keep forgetting about it, but the self-defense class I think would be really
Yeah.
fun.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
there's a place on the street that offers some sort of mixed martial arts training,
Mm-hmm.
and they're going to go down and teach mom some self-defense, and Brandon's going to be the assailant. And so I think it'd be really cool if we got a black shirt that just said assailant on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm down.
That'd be cool.
Or
I'll come in with
creeper?
like a
Creeper.
I'll come in with a balaclava,
What?
which
A
is
what?
a mask.
No, I know, but why?
You have
I'm
your
an
nose
assailant.
ring.
Yeah, you have a nose ring.
I'll cut a hole out for my nose.
No eyes, just the hole.
No,
For
it'd
the
be
nose?
eyes, a hole for my nose, and then a hole for my mouth.
So it's just a headscarf.
Hey, it could be. It'd
Yeah.
be funny if it's a balaclava, though.
It's not though. If
It'd be
nothing
hilarious.
nothing covers your mouth or your face.
You still couldn't tell it was me.
Everybody could. You look. You would. You know what it would look like. You know those things at the fair when you put your face into other people's faces.
Yeah.
That's what it would look like.
Dude, or or I can just get like a full black, that green jumpsuit.
Yeah,
I
the
can
green
get like
suit.
yeah, I can just get one with black and just says assailant on it.
Sure. Wouldn't you think it'd be better to have your head somewhere visible?
No, my head would be visible, but it would only cover like my face, so only my face would be like out.
He would be like a floating head.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I have the guy's phone number if you want to just text him, or he
Yeah,
said
well,
you could just text
Well, we
him.
would have to do that after my hands.
Yeah, after Robert gets back from England.
Yeah, that'd be so much
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, and you know what? And the cool thing is, like, getting back to like where our new direction is going to. Again, just like with any social media, I mean, you can put a video out where you're
Mhm.
like, like you can do this and you can do that. But if once you actually open up and you show them your personality and you kind of let them in, it
Yeah.
actually makes a big difference.
Well, I mean
You
that's
know?
Brandon and I were talking about this morning, right? It's one thing to like make a video what you think people would want versus make a video that you'd like genuinely enjoy.
Exactly.
You know, and so like it's one thing to be like, oh yeah, we teach you how self-defense, but it's more funny if like, you know, mom's learning self-defense and having a great time and Brandon's got his face showing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it would just be fun.
And you're a lot bigger than I am, so I could see me like latched onto your back.
Or I could,
It would be
just,
funny if mom just did nothing but groin kicks.
not
Yeah, you might
really,
want to wear a cup.
not really. Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
excited
You know
about that
Papa's
one.
the one who taught me to fight, and he says there's no rules in street
Yeah.
fighting.
But I'm not gonna get kicked in the nuts. Reflexes are gonna just happen. You're gonna somehow get.
I would love to make that video of like mom just like throat punching you.
No,
You don't even know.
no.
Well, what do you think I'm going to be defending myself?
If they have a pad where I can literally put it around my crotch and you kick me in the nuts, sure, I'll do that.
That'd be cool.
I could do
I'll
that.
buy that one right now. We'll do it tomorrow.
If I can
No.
do it right back to you.
I kind of want to do it. No, because remember we were younger, and I was playing baseball, and I got a cup, and you started kicking me in the nuts.
Oh yeah, no, that kept Brandon entertained for
Yeah,
days.
yeah.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, if I have to do it, you would have to do it.
You know, I
Someone's
heard
got a film, dude.
I heard an interesting fact, and I'm going to share this, but it was about self-defense.
Yeah.
And it was an instructor, and he said that a high percentage of females know their attacker.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
would say so.
They know who it is, and what happens is that they don't fight back as much because they know the person.
Mhm.
So they said that their number one tip for telling women if they get attacked is to just pretend like you don't know the person who's attacking you.
That's smart.
You know, you have to let that connection go and just look at that person as a stranger.
Well, I mean, yeah, because you know, obviously he's violated not
A
only
lot
your
of-
personal, your personal space, but also your integrity. So yeah, bring him down.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, and it just, to me, it's like, it makes me sad that it's like, you know, women have that compassionate, like, I don't want to hurt people I know.
Yeah.
And it makes them more vulnerable.
Yeah.
So if you're out there and somebody you know is trying to harm you, you know what, let it go and just
Sweep the
defend
leg.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what, like Papa said, there's no rules. You go after the sweet spots.
I remember him telling me that one time. I think it was like right after the dentist. I was like in 8th grade, so I was like 13, and we were talking about street fighting. And he was like, "Yeah, I'll kick a guy in the groin." And I was like, "Really, Papa?" Because he was always such a man of integrity and character, and you know, he always took the high road, and he was just a very respectful person. And I was like, so it was kind of out of character when he would say that he would kick somebody in the nuts. And I was like, you would do that, Papa? And he goes, hell yeah. And he was like, I'm not playing for honor. He's like, I'm playing to win. You
Yeah.
know? And I was like, oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. He was like, there's no honor amongst street fights. And I was
Fuck.
like, that's true. That's a good
Yeah.
point.
And for anybody out there who's listening, that would be my dad. And
Yeah.
he actually grew up in an orphanage. So he, you know, from 18 months old, had to learn how to, you know, he had to defend himself.
Yeah.
And that was his biggest honor, was always passing along like survival skills to the people he loved. You know,
Yeah.
he always, that was his thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember he used to tell us because they would have to stand in line for like roll call or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he was always the littlest one. And he would always say that somebody would like, you know, punch him. And then like, you know, he would have to like retaliate, right? So he always said that nobody ever sees the first punch,
Yeah.
you know, like in terms of like reprimanding.
Yep.
So somebody would punch him, and then he'd have to chase after that person, fight that person. And then Papa would get in trouble for defending himself. And you know, he's a tough son of a gun.
And that's what you two used to do.
What?
Like, you always used to get each other in trouble. Because I
Brandon
would
used to
always
always get me in trouble.
I would always yell at whoever was retaliating, like when
Yeah.
you would, because you always tried to offer him your food and then wouldn't give
Yeah.
it to him.
Yeah.
And then
I
I'd
did
yell
that
at
all the
Robert
time.
for trying to take your food.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that happened all the time.
Yeah, but no, it's been a really fun gray hair can do experience, and
Yeah.
I think the more we do it, and the more we kind of like, you know, go through the functions, the easier it's going to be. I mean, the first one was really fun. The second one, we're like, oh wow, we can actually keep doing this, and I think we, you know, we kind of got like, whoa, there's a lot going on, but I think we're going to find like a really nice rhythm, and I think the direction in which we're taking it is going to be really, really enjoyable.
Yeah.
And it's a fun time spending experience with you guys.
Yeah.
Brandon, you came up with a really good idea at Blaze about gray hair can do, about
What
doing
was that?
something. I can't remember.
I don't know.
You guys need to start writing that
I
stuff
know. Well,
down.
we usually do when we go for our little walks.
No, yeah. Now Brandon's thinking about it. He's repeating.
Did you, or am I going crazy?
I don't know. There's a lot of dead air here.
You know.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah,
But yeah,
but
no,
you know,
that's fun.
and the thing is like the comments that I get on from from YouTube, it's just overwhelmingly just like, I love this. You know, it's kind of like in a world full of nothing but bad news. It's just like, hey, you know what? You can still, no matter how old you are, you can still have fun. You can still
Yeah.
try new things. You know,
Yeah.
you can do it with your kids. You can just, you know, it's still okay to have fun.
Yeah, and there's that like that weird thing where like, oh no, I got to grow up, you know, like I can't be doing this. Or like, yeah, you can still enjoy yourself. You can still
Yeah.
have fun. Like there's not an age limit on and having a good time, you know. And I think that's what Gray Hair Can Do can really does well at, is pushing like that narrative of like, yeah, dude, as long as you enjoy it, like live your life.
Now, Brandon, have you found yourself kind of opening, you know, like kind of, because sometimes you never allowed yourself to really like play and have fun. Do you find that's getting easier now?
At times. I mean, at times I can, and then other times I don't. But yeah, I mean, it's just something I guess I just got to keep working on. But
Yeah.
no, I mean, there's times where I'm like, cool, this is gonna be fun, and then we'll start doing it. I'm just like, cool, I fucking hate this.
Like what? Like for example?
No, I mean, just in general.
Okay.
But that's just my own mind.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
Yeah, because I got to say, like, from somebody who's like outside looking in, I mean, you seem to have really enjoyable time every single time
You
we film.
okay?
Yeah. He cracked his neck.
Oh,
No, I didn't.
What'd you do?
My septum piercing.
Oh,
Fucking
so
hurt.
yeah, so like I mean, there were, like when you were line dancing, you mean the biggest grin on your face when you were doing the pottery thing. You have a big grin on your face.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, if it's something like fun that I want to do, for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, just like it's honestly just the days.
Yeah.
I can't tell what's gonna happen tomorrow or the next day. I mean, like, I know how it's just like, oh yeah, every day you got to be happy and like that. But like sometimes you just, you know,
you don't have to be happy.
exactly.
every
That's what I'm
day.
saying. So it's just like, you know, sometimes it's gonna be a happy day today, and then tomorrow you just never know. So you just never know.
Yeah.
That's just me though. That's just how I thought or I
Okay.
think.
Yeah.
But sorry,
Yeah.
I'm kind of got sidetracked. Dude, my nose is killing me.
What happened?
I don't know.
Well, do you want to go take a break and go clean it?
No.
We can pause it.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. So
But yeah, no, it's been fun. It's been fun and enjoyable, and I can't wait to do more Gray Hair Can Do's.
yeah, no, it's gonna be a blast. Especially if you start doing just some fun personal stuff, it'll be a lot better.
Yeah, like you know, playing baseball or frisbee golf, or like you say, crocheting, and just, you know, like making things a little more memorable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they don't have to be just always in like a home run type thing.
I would say a home run. I would just say like it doesn't have to be like this extravagant
Yeah.
like hubaloo. You know, like mom doesn't need to be shot out of a cannonball or a cannon. You know, something like that.
Yeah, I break.
Yeah, I don't think you would do well there.
I don't
No.
think I would do well at all.
Yeah.
Nope.
So what's up?
Go ahead.
No,
What were you
please.
gonna say?
You look like you're itching to say
No.
something. Please, no,
No,
please,
please.
please.
By all means, I'm not going to say anything.
So Indy,
Yeah.
we just measured her or weighed her. She weighs over 2 stone.
Which is over 30 pounds?
No, 28.
2
A
stones is
stone is 14 pounds.
Oh.
Indy weighs 32,
Almost 33. She's 32.8.
which would still be over 2 stone.
Yes.
Okay.
You okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I see that. Yeah. But
Yeah, no, she's getting big.
yeah.
I was going to tell you something about her, and I can't remember what I was going to say. Her itching is better.
Yeah.
She's almost...
she sleeps. I mean, I sleep all the way through the night.
Oh,
now.
so get this.
Mm.
So, Robert, you sleep all night?
Yep. I have a really enjoyable night.
Okay, but do you want to know why he has an enjoyable night?
Why?
Because she sneaks out of his room, jumps into my bed, and it's like, hey, I don't want to wake up Robert, but will you let me go out? Will you come out with me to go to the bathroom? And so I have to get up. I let her out. I go out with her. And then she's like, hey, you know what? I'm thirsty. We come with me while I go get some water. So I like walk out into the kitchen. She's like, slurp, 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 slurp. And then she's like, okay, good night. And she goes right back and sleeps underneath Robert's bed.
Yep.
Jeez.
Every
it's
night.
a great system.
So we're outside, and before we were going to bed, and I'm like, no, Andy needs to go to the bathroom. Andy needs to go to the bathroom. And Robert's like, why? She sleeps all night. I'm like, hello. No, she does not.
Dang.
Okay,
Yeah.
I sleep all night.
Robert sleeps all night. And then 3 hours later, Mom, here's Indy. I'm like, great.
Jeez.
Yeah, then you wonder why I'm like grumpy and fatigued.
Yep. Well, you're just on edge.
Robert just wakes up. He's like, "Oh, that was about
Good
3 hours."
morning.
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone.
Just ready for the day, and then
Yep.
you're just tired.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
She's a
So
good
she,
dog.
yeah, but she's doing good. Itching's better. She goes into the vet's next week for her
Mhm.
last shot,
Yeah.
and then we'll start working on her rabies, and she'll get spayed shortly after that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I can't believe. And her front teeth are coming in.
Mm-hmm.
She lost her front teeth, and I was really worried that she.
Yeah, you thought she wasn't going to grow her teeth back.
I thought they were like premature because I thought when dogs lost their teeth, they automatically had their other ones like.
No, I think it was just like a baby or like a normal,
Yeah, it's
like a
gotta
kid.
grow in.
Yeah, so
For
for
a shark, she doesn't got an endless row of teeth.
Yeah.
yeah, so like the last week, every other like hour, I'm
Yeah,
like,
she'd be like, can you look at her mouth to see if her teeth are growing?
yeah. So I'm very pleased to announce her big old front teeth are coming in. So she kind of looks like a beaver because she's got those big front teeth.
Yeah.
Finally, her adult-sized teeth are coming in.
Yeah, I can't.
I
wait.
do. I want to see like what her mouth is gonna be like, just full of teeth.
Dude, her mouth's already huge.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
her teeth look like little kind
They're
of
all
toothpicks.
jagged.
Yeah. But I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just saying like a full just set of teeth in her mouth. Like, it's gonna look and it's gonna be hilarious.
It's a good thing she's such a scaredy cat.
She's gonna have like ginormous teeth in this little mouth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then she's gonna be afraid of a flying bird.
She's afraid of everything.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
She's actually turning out to be a pretty good little watchdog. She barked at Robert again when he came in.
Yeah, whenever I come through the back door or the garage, she's like, hey, who's there? She's like, oh, hey, it's you.
Yeah.
Stay away from here. Oh, hi.
But like honestly, like in terms of like a character personality type for a dog, that's probably the best one to have, right?
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
she's super friendly until she's not. And the fact that she's kind of defensive and protective around mom would be really good just because,
It's very
you know,
good.
I'm not always going to be here. You're not here. You know, mom
Mhm.
needs somebody to watch her back.
Yeah. No, I think she's.
It's a shame it's Indy, but yeah.
You know what? I truthfully think she's going to be a better watchdog than you give her credit for.
She probably will, but she'd be like, hey, do you have any toys?
Do you want to see my Yoda?
yeah. Yeah. But no, I think she's a good dog.
Yeah, no, dude, and it's just gonna get better. Like her personality is just gonna show so much
Yeah,
more.
she'll grow more of a personality. You
Mhm.
know, she'll know what she can get away with, what she can. So
Yeah, I kind of had a little sad moment yesterday because I did a post on Instagram of a picture of Indy and I, and I'm like, hey, y'all, you know what? I haven't really shared much of this, but
Mhm.
Indy, you know, when we got Indy, she was itchy, and we've had a really tough couple of months with
Yeah.
her. You know, it's like between the ER visits and, you know, she got an infection.
yeah.
And it really made me kind of realize that it was like the first couple of months. And while I love her and I really loved having her,
Yeah.
we didn't get much chance to really just kind of just enjoy her puppiness.
No, yeah, it was like,
You know
oh,
what I
here's
mean?
a fire. Oh, there's a fire. Here's a fire, and it was definitely, you know, like they say, puppies are a lot of work, and,
Yeah.
and Indy has definitely lived up to that. She is a lot of work. I don't think that like, I mean, she's still very much a puppy.
Oh,
And
yeah.
the fact that, you know, her itching's gone down, her anxiousness has gone down. She's going to be a lot more enjoyable to be a puppy around. Her puppy breath is gone, but. You know,
Yeah.
but she's still a good sweetheart.
Yeah, and I wasn't sad like, oh, it was a missed opportunity. It just kind of made me sad that she was that miserable for those couple of months.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say miserable, but yeah, she was that. I would say uncomfortable.
Very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, she just looked just in pain.
Yeah, she
And
was,
I don't mean
visibly-
like she
you're
made
right.
me miserable. I
No,
meant
I know.
that she was
yeah,
upset.
she had a hard time. Yeah,
Yeah.
between her
Yeah.
itching and everything like that, and yeah, it's got to be tricky for
Plus,
her,
even
especially
as-
because she doesn't know.
Yeah, even as the owner, it's just tough to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
wanna
I think
see a
I think
dog
it's
at the-
harder
Yeah.
because you know she's uncomfortable. She doesn't know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you're
Yeah.
kind of just sitting there, just watching the train wreck happen.
Yeah, I mean, trying our best to prevent it. I mean, we rub her down. We give her baths all the time. You know, we take her to ER. So like, we're very proactive.
Mhm.
It sucks because it's even the doctors are like, you know, we don't know. We just got to keep
It's
guessing.
kind of a guessing game
Yeah,
until you
mhm.
get
and
it
even
right.
if we did know, it's going to take weeks. And so we're like, dude, we can't do this for weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then thankfully, I think the medicine that they gave her for mites is working, because if we have to end up putting her on that dog food,
Yeah.
it's
Nobody's
going,
eating.
nobody's eating. And I'm sorry, Brandon, but you need to go.
You're going to have to start selling blood.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Oh, that
It's
stuff.
$60 for 5 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. And as much as she eats and as big as she's going to be, I'm like, well, you know, maybe I can start twirling signs on the
It would
corner.
take like 3 bags a week.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
she
lar-
doesn't deserve that food.
yeah, the larger bags were over 100.
Yeah.
So, like, what makes them so expensive?
It's the protein in which like the dog food is made of. It's not made of meat. It's like a different kind of synthetic.
Oh.
So dogs that are allergic to a lot more other meats, whereas we believe Indy to be allergic to chicken, this one is like synthetic protein. So it's none of the organic animals.
Oh,
Yeah.
weird.
And you know what? Truthfully, if it's something that I have to do, it's something I'll do. I'll just cut corners somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know, it is what it
We'll
is.
just
And
steal electricity from our neighbors.
yeah, yeah, Gil. Oh, sorry.
We're going to say any names, but yeah.
I can see me like going over when the sprinklers come on and like putting a little Tupperware
Yeah,
over
you're
there.
just bathing in the backyard. They're like, hey, get out of here.
Can I have some privacy?
Yeah.
How many times do we have to tell you to get out of here?
Shower in your own yard.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just that's our little indie update. She's
Yeah.
doing good.
Speaking of updates, Brandon, do you have any news you would like to talk about?
I do. So I've come up with the conclusion, and the
Yeah?
conclusion is to buy Crocs.
Amazing.
Whoa,
Yeah, and
the
it took
Crocs.
me a very long time to come up with this conclusion.
Well, no, it took you until you met Austin. To come
No,
up with it.
Austin was the final key to
Austin
this.
was the first and only key. Because I've been telling you to
Yeah.
get Crocs forever.
Okay.
You're like, no.
Okay, I know you well enough, and anytime you get
You-
that
yeah, that
smart,
smile.
No, I was
Yeah.
already thinking about
No.
them before we even went up.
No.
And then once Austin started talking about him, I was like, yeah, you know what? He seems pretty reasonable.
Okay, let me just reenact this. Okay, Mom and I and Robert are talking to you about Crocs. This is you. No, no,
Yeah.
no. Okay, we agree.
Yeah.
So Robert and I are talking to you about Crocs, and we happen to mention that Austin Maples, our tattoo artist in LA.
No, you guys have
we
told
just
me.
happened to mention that Austin too wears Crocs, and all of a sudden you're like, no,
No,
No.
even Brandon was like, no by then.
Yeah, no, don't. You can't paint me out to this picture because that's not how it went.
No, you're giving Brandon too much credit. Brandon.
No.
Well,
No,
Yeah,
the
okay,
thing
so
is
Robert,
this.
you'd say it now.
No, how about you actually let me tell
yeah,
my
okay,
story?
Please.
So it's I didn't want Crocs. I
Yeah.
tried on your Crocs, Robert,
You did.
and I was like, they're comfortable,
Mhm.
but I would not get them.
Sure.
So I was also thinking about Crocs up to the point because that's when you told me that if I got them, Natasha would get them.
Correct.
So at that point, that was also another
Oh, that
shove.
was another.
That was another
Okay,
shove
I'll
into
give,
the right
I'll
direction.
give you
Yeah.
that much, yes.
No, it was already there.
Yeah.
And
I agree.
That
I
is a
don't
good
need
point
you-
because nothing is motivates you more than
A
other
challenge.
people suffering.
Yeah,
And Natasha does
100%.
not want to wear Crocs.
yeah,
And so you would fall on that sword to make sure that Natasha would wear
100%.
socks. Yeah.
Yes. So when you told me that, you were like, "Hey, if you get Crocs, she will get them," and I know
Yeah.
how much you like them. So
I
I was
love
like,
them.
"Yeah, you know what? Cool. I'll wear them so that she can wear them, so you
Yeah.
guys can match."
Yeah.
And I was already looking forward to getting them, and then you're like, "Oh yeah, Austin has them." I was like,
Yeah.
"Cool. Let me ask Austin how
Yeah.
he likes them." He's like, "Dude." He said the same exact thing.
Yep.
Once I put them on, I can't take them off.
It's really hard to justify wearing other shoes
Yeah.
when your Crocs are that comfortable.
Exactly. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna send it. Let's
Mhm.
get Crocs.
Yeah.
And that was Saturday.
Yeah.
Today's Thursday.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh no, wait, it was Wednesday because I bought them yesterday. And I was like, you know what? I've just got to send it. I'm just gonna buy them. I keep thinking about them. I'm just gonna buy them because I even talked to you about them yesterday.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I think about Crocs. I had them in my cart on Amazon,
Mm-hmm.
and I finally did
They're a
it.
game changer.
Dude,
they really, really are.
I hate the way they look. They're
Really?
so ugly.
no,
They're so ugly.
that's part of the charm. That's
I
part
don't
of the,
know
that's
about
part of
that,
the charm
dude.
because they're so ugly. People here, they're like, "Whoa, this guy must have a lot of confidence."
I don't know, dude. But I mean, the thing is that I'm not gonna let just the looks of a shoe
Sure.
take away
I mean,
something.
look at Yeezys. They're like $3,000 and they look like garbage.
That's a
Mhm.
good point. I would rather wear Crocs.
Yeah.
But I mean, it took me so long to come up with this, but I'm finally gonna get Crocs. I keep looking at Charms, but I'm
Yeah.
not at that confidence level
Yeah, no,
yet.
you definitely. Charms are something you earn.
That's
Yeah.
what I thought. Like you have
Yeah.
to kind of earn your stripes into
Yeah.
it.
So,
Okay, got it.
that's why I'm gonna figure out what size Natasha's shoe is, and I'm gonna buy Crocs. And when she's sleeping, I'm just gonna put her on her feet.
Natasha, you should just wear the Crocs because I'm wearing them.
Yeah. Although you would think that she'd be like, okay, I'll respect the challenge, but no.
She said no.
She's like, no, because she was really banking on you saying no because you and her are so similar.
Oh yeah, and that
She was like, I don't have to worry about it because Brandon will never say yeah. And then Brandon said yeah. And she's like,
Oh,
balls.
darn.
Yeah.
well, that's the thing. It's like I mean, if it's something that I've thought about and you're like, I'll do it if they do it,
Yeah,
100% I'll do it.
See, these are the ones that I want.
those are cool.
Yeah, those are cool.
I think I might just purchase these for
Yeah,
myself
sure.
while we're
Yeah,
sitting
no, I
right
just-
here.
The better.
I just got regular black ones.
Yeah.
I'm actually really excited to put them in a 4x4 for the first time.
Oh, they're awesome, dude.
This
When you
one's
want to
Oh,
get
they're
when
not
you want to
available.
get down to business is when I hardly ever put mine in 4x4. Only when like I'm thinking about climbing a tree or like when I need to get into like a fight. But for the most part, mine are in a two by drive.
You're just 2 buying it all the time?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
I'll have to keep looking for those.
Yeah,
that
please
were
do.
not
Yeah,
available.
because like I like regular sandals. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
they're not cool.
I
mean, they're
dislike I dislike wearing sandals.
See, it's not the one that goes between like the
thong?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not the thong sandals. It's like the regular kind of like flip flop
Yeah.
ones. I
Mhm.
like those ones. Those ones are cool as shit.
Yeah, the slides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like every time I wear socks with my slides, it kind of hurt my feet. 'Cause
Really?
I got a little like I got some hair on my feet, but I'm not like a hobbit. And so it's just like for somehow the top of the slide catches onto the sock and then pulls
A little bit of hair.
individual hair.
Really? You won't
Yeah.
get that with Crocs.
That's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
what that was also a tipping point. And also I was gonna keep the Crocs for indoor only.
Okay. That's how that all starts, though.
We'll
Everybody
see.
says
Yeah,
that.
start.
Everyone's like, "Well, I was just gonna wear it around the house," and then they're like, "What's outside?" And then once you start wearing outside, you never stop wearing them.
Dude.
Yeah, one time I did, going back to those slides, one time I did a TikTok and I called them my shower shoes.
Sure.
Somebody hit me up on that. They're like, you ever been in prison?
Yeah, they're called shower shoes in prison.
Yeah, and I'm like, no, I learned that term from my dad.
Yep.
That's
'Cause
what Papa used to
he
call
probably
them.
had to wear shower.
He had to wear shower shoes
yeah.
when he was in the home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's so funny, dude.
Yeah, I think you would do well in jail, Mom.
You what?
I don't.
I would just walk in. No, I don't think I would.
No.
You know what? The whole thing is, you know what? Yeah, I would probably like start some like weird prison gang.
But the thing is that like I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's
but
fine.
like
Everyone
I don't,
does.
I saw your mouth open.
Yeah.
Ow! I can't smile too big.
What happened?
Septum.
I know. I wonder why
Oh.
it hurt all of a sudden.
I don't know.
Did you move it?
Nothing like making the weird moaniest ASMR podcast.
No, dude. The thing is, like, it's so weird because, like, for some reason, I don't know if it's the dry weather or something. I even cleaned
Could
it.
very well
before,
be.
Yeah, I cleaned it before I came, but like, I don't know if it's just dry around like my piercing. But every time I laugh too big, it stretches in my nose and like it pulls and it like it tears something and it like
well,
my eyes
you know what?
watering.
Truthfully, what could happen with this weather, the membrane, because that's your nose membrane, it could be
Oh,
fluctuating.
I have my nostrils are so dry. That's why
Yeah.
it's also such a bad thing.
Yeah.
But anyways,
prison gang.
yeah, dude. You know what's funny is like we don't even have an
An inkling.
idea
Yeah.
of what like prison life would
Flacco
be.
would know.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. But it's just like I think about them like, what would I do in prison? It's like I have no idea.
Dig
what
a
I
hole
would,
and stick my hand in it.
yeah,
I have
dude.
no idea.
There is just I don't know.
I do
Yeah.
have to say, Auntie Vicky always used to call me a cockroach
Yeah.
because she's like, you know what? No matter how many times you're down, you just keep on just like,
You're pretty cockroachy.
yeah. And I always
Yeah.
took it as a compliment. I'm like, thank you very much. To me, that is a high compliment.
That is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just you're
I'm a survivor.
yeah.
You were.
There's a word for that, and I can't think about it.
Survivor.
Okay.
Yeah. So, okay, I have a question.
Sure.
And it's an interesting question.
Okay.
But when is the last time that you have been afraid? That you can honestly
Friday.
say, really?
Well, I wasn't afraid. I guess that's just more nervous. Afraid?
Like
Like
just
afraid of-
scared. Like, because I'm afraid of a lot of things. I can't watch you guys drive. I'm afraid of black
You
widows.
can't watch us drive?
No, I cannot. It
Like
is
the car.
The car.
Like away or just in the car?
Like if we're going someplace and you're like, hey, follow me, I will go a different way.
Really?
So I don't have to watch you drive. It's always been
Oh.
a terrifying thing of mine. It's just a thing I can't do.
Okay.
Because I'm just always afraid, like, if I'm in my car and I see like somebody hit you,
Mm-hmm.
to me, it's like I'm so scared of that. I cannot watch you drive.
Okay.
So that's why I'm always like, hey, follow me. So that way I'm in the front.
You're in the front.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and
The last time I was honestly afraid would be in Indonesia when I was in where it was me and then a couple of other rangers who were staying in these huts by the river, and we had just seen tiger tracks the day before, and it was in the middle of the night and I really had to pee, and the bathroom was like 30 feet away, but I was really afraid of there being a tiger outside. So I walked I opened my thing. It took me like an hour to work up the courage to get out of my hut. And instead of making it the other 25, 30 feet to the bathroom, I was like, now's a good place. And so I just peed all
I was just going to ask you why you just didn't pee right out of your hut.
I peed like 2 steps out of my hut. And the whole time I had my flashlight, I was like wiggling my eyes around, just trying to make sure I wasn't seeing any predatory cats. And it was the longest pee I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
And so it was like 45 minutes later.
It reminds me of the time we went camping with your dad and the raccoons were
Yeah, the
attacking.
raccoons were
And he
attacking.
just puts his wiener out the tent.
Yeah.
Because that's really smart. It's like, hey, raccoons.
Yeah. Hey, look at feathers.
It's
Yeah.
one of those little sausages.
Yeah. I mean, that's an easy one just to say that when's the last time I'm afraid.
What about when you were in Africa and you got the car accident?
Didn't bother me at all.
Really?
Wasn't even remotely. I wasn't afraid before, I wasn't afraid during, and I wasn't afraid after. I had to poop really bad, but at no point was I ever afraid. It was so weird too, because when I got in the car accident, I was playing my little knot game. I love this game so much. It's an app on the phone.
Yeah.
And all you have to do is untie these knots, and I love it. I'm like level 4,000.
It's like different colors, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, I love it. I play it all the time. So I'm playing it. Mike's like, oh my God, hold on. And Natasha screams. We get in the car accident. I'm like, oh, that sucked. And then I was like, okay. And then that was it. Perfectly fine. Not even, I mean, my neck hurt. My neck was bleeding and things like that. But I wasn't afraid. It was the weirdest thing. I would say the only other time where I'm actually afraid, it's kind of weird, but I'm afraid of telling people no, I guess is what it would be.
Yeah.
And it's not even so much and then of course it's one thing to be like, oh, I'm afraid of bullets or fire and things like that. But I'm genuinely saying no sometimes is very scary to me, because I think I just don't want people to, I don't say look, I don't want people to think
you don't want to disappoint.
Yeah,
people.
I don't want to disappoint anybody. And so I'm afraid to say no. And so I'll say yeah, and then I'll end up doing something that I'd end up not wanting to do in the first place.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't say no.
Yeah.
So that's a more reasonable thing of why I would, or when's the last time I was afraid? I think, honest and truthfully.
Yeah.
That's smart. Because I'm oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was because I'm trying to think of the actual last time.
Mm-hmm.
It's not when I'm on the motorcycle.
Yeah.
No, actually, no. Well, there was one time. I mean, it was a little sketchy. It wasn't anything, because I'm just trying to think of the actual time I was actually afraid.
Yeah.
I mean, this one kind of jolted me, but I was going down Hemet, so back way from Idlewild. So if you go up to Idlewild, if you're going from Temecula, you go out and then you go Anza, but you go all the way up. But if you're going from Hemet, you go up a back road, and then you go up the back road and you go up. But the road is insanely windy.
Sure.
Not insanely windy. It's pretty windy.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun to ride. But I was going down, and there was a RV in front of me, and I passed it. And I guess I was going a little bit too fast. And usually going up, I can kind of go a little bit faster, but going down is a little bit different. So I was going down, and there was a sharp left turn, and I took it, but there was also a biker. So in turns,
Like a pedal biker?
no, just regular motorcyclist. So I throw a hand sign every time I see a
somebody.
biker,
Yeah.
just because. So I threw it, and the turn was coming up a little bit quicker than I thought. So then I just kind of hit my brakes and hit everything. I have automatic brake system, so I have ABS on my bike, which I don't want to not have ABS on a bike, just for safety reasons, just me. But I hit the brakes a little hard, and the bike kind of stood up a little bit, but I let the brakes go, and I just kind of went into the turn. But it was kind of weird how fast I was going in there. I wasn't really scared, because I knew what I was doing, and it wasn't a bad situation, and I wasn't close to the edge or anything, but it could have been a bad situation.
Yeah. It's one of those things that after you play it back in your head, you're
It's
if I had done this, then that would happen. That's probably the scary part.
Yeah, I was just oh, okay. Something could have happened. I was well, that's that.
Yeah.
I really don't know. And then it just kept going.
Yeah.
I just say F it.
Now, have you ever been afraid of the unknown, or are you afraid of when's the last time you were oh my God? Because I remember I've never been afraid of the unknown. I've had a panic attack before on a plane.
See, same here.
Yeah.
I was but I mean, actually afraid.
Yeah.
Probably when I saw the demon. Other than that, nothing.
Yeah.
I really don't know. to be honest.
See, now it's weird because like I'm trying to sit here like.
Oh,
because,
wait, sorry. Actually, when I went to TJ and I lost my wallet, that's when I was actually afraid.
Yeah, I
Because
can
at
see
that point, that was real.
Yeah.
Like, that was when I started panicking. That's like that would probably be the prime example.
Oh, yeah,
because I was
yeah.
lost. I mean, I wasn't lost. I was in TJ with no ID.
Yeah.
I lost my wallet in TJ.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then I had to get back across the border.
When I changed my answer, mine would be when I got stopped by the federales in Mexico City.
Dude,
yeah.
Yeah.
being
That
in
was scary.
it's something else.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think just being almost stuck in another country is terrifying.
Now, is it just like I would say, well, would it go back to being the unknown? Because like if you get arrested here, you kind of sort of have
Oh, yeah,
a
dude.
little
Like,
more of a security blanket. You're like, okay, well, I can speak the same language. I know the court system. I know mom's number.
mhm.
I have my ID.
You have rights.
You have rights. In Mexico, it's kind of like, no, yeah,
You're dead.
I don't know about dead.
I
but
mean,
you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's just what I'm saying is just like, I think that's the like prime example of fear would be that
Yeah.
one.
So it would
Just-
be like a little bit more of the fear of the unknown or
Oh,
the,
yeah.
the unanticipated. 'Cause it's not like you went there thinking you would lose your wallet, so it's completely left field.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that was the last time that I was actually afraid.
It's, you know, it's one of those. It's weird how like when you get so afraid, you get like sweaty and your stomach hurts and like it's really hard to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, damn, dude, I'm stuck in another country with no identification.
Yep.
I was like, someone could just pick me up right now and I'd be gone.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's just crazy.
Yeah. Well, you, Mom.
I would have to say, like, fear of the unknown would be when I was leaving your dad. I was really scared. I
Mm.
didn't know. I didn't know how I was going to do it on my own. I mean, I knew I had to,
Yeah.
but it was really scary. You know, and
I
it
can
was.
see that
It was.
because
It
you were
was-
young.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I was young. You were young.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't even afford the little bit of rent that, you know, it was scary. It was a scary time, but it wasn't, but that was more like the fear of like, can I do it, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Another time that I was kind of scared of the unknown would be like when I was getting sober, because I didn't know if I was going to be able to actually do it. And it scared me to try. I felt like if I tried and if I hadn't have, that last time that I did it, if I had have tried and had it not worked, I don't know if I would have ever have tried again.
Really?
Yeah.
And, like, in what way? You were
I
like-
was so devastatedly down, you know, with the gambling and the
Mhm.
drinking.
Mhm.
I just felt like it was like my do or die moment.
Okay.
Mm.
You know, kind of like because all the times that I had tried to get sober before, I was always under the impression of like, if I don't do it, you know what, we'll just try again.
Yeah.
And this one was really like to the point where it's like you're far enough down
Mhm.
that if you have to do this in order to survive, in order to live,
Yeah.
kind of thing. And then the only time that I've ever been really scared, like really scared, is when you guys were drinking.
Okay. Yeah, that's
And,
fair.
You
That was
know,
a scary time.
It was a
Yeah.
scary time. It was like scared because I didn't know who was drinking and driving.
Yeah.
Brandon, there were times where I couldn't get a hold of you, and I was scared to death as to
Mhm.
you know, maybe something that would have happened
Remember
to
that time that I was sleeping at Arians
Mhm.
and that cop knocked on the door saying that he found my license plate?
Yep.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
remember you came to the house.
Yeah, it was crazy because we had been at the wineries.
Yeah.
And this was two separate occasions, right? So I remember driving home. I wasn't really paying attention, and I thought my turn was before, and so I went to go make a left turn, and I ended up not judging it. There was a bunch of caution cones in the middle of
But
the street.
you were sober when
Oh,
you were
yeah,
driving.
I was stone
then.
sober. Yeah, then and then like a week, I would say maybe like 4 or 5 days later, me and Jason went to go to the wineries to have some wine, and we got a ride home. So my car was at one of the wineries.
But I didn't know
Yeah,
that
but
you
mom
had gotten
didn't
the
know
ride.
that. Yeah. So I'm sleeping at Arian's house. It's like 8 or 9 at night, and I get a phone call from mom. She's like, "Where are you?" I was like, "Wait, where am I?" And she was like, "Where are you right now? There's a cop at your door." And she was like, "We have your license plate." And I was like, "Wait, I think I didn't drive." But and like it was this weird like predicament. I was like,
Yeah.
"Mom, I promise you, I did not drive." And it was this really weird like back and forth. That was a really scary moment.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's really, truthfully, the only time I've ever been scared,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And it was just because I'm scared of losing
That's fair.
my
Yeah.
children.
Yeah, I think I'd be more afraid of other people than like my own safety kind of
Yeah.
thing. I guess that's weird. It's kind of like what you say. Like I'm always afraid of like when somebody drives in front of me, like
Mhm.
who I know. Like I guess I would say the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, it's like it's kind of a hopeless feeling. Like
Yeah.
when you can see it, but you can't save that person.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's a fear of mine. But yeah, no, I've had some fear of the unknowns, but you know what? And I push through it. There's plenty of other fears that I let stop me for too long, but I worked my way through them. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I mean, I still honestly like. I fear riding a motorcycle sometimes,
Really?
just because of people.
Mhm.
Like,
Well, I know
it's
yeah.
not me. Like I told you today, I was like, honestly, I was thinking about selling my bike just because of how crazy people are.
Yeah, I mean, in the long run of things, it would probably behoove you more
Oh, yeah.
to sell it. I mean, not only would you have some more spending money, but you would be a little bit more safer off because it's not so much. I mean, you're a very cautious and a very well done motorcycle rider. But everybody else, I mean, you were saying that some guy blew a red light
Oh yeah, dude.
yesterday.
Somebody. Oh, sorry.
okay.
Somebody straight blew a red light over there at Rancho Vista.
Oh, I hate
Margarita.
that.
But I was sitting there.
Were you on your bike?
No, I was in a car.
This is right after you were done hanging out.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So I was going to my apartment. So I was going. What is that? West, east,
Yeah, east.
West.
No,
East?
west.
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 So I was going west.
South,
Anyways,
northwest,
yeah,
I
north.
would
it's-
disagree with
it's
what
somewhere-
anything. Was,
yeah,
was that north? Yeah, it was north.
it was somewhere.
I think it was south. No, it was south. Yeah.
And there's a light next to a high school, which is like infamous for people blowing through the light.
Mhm.
And I was waiting there, and I always look at the lights to the side of me because I always like to see when
Yeah.
like it's gonna be red and then my green. So I was watching the light and it turned yellow, and you see this guy kind of like, how if you made that left, there's like that instant right and you're into the sports park.
Mhm.
Well, it was he was right about there. The light was yellow, and he just
Gunned it.
jammed
Yeah.
it. I
Really?
mean, he gunned it, and you can just see his car pick up speed.
Yeah.
And the light turned red before he went through, but he just kept going, dude. And there was a person turning left, pretty much into like this
Oh,
that
wow.
guy's same
Yeah.
like route. But good thing the person was watching, and she waited. And
Really?
then before she even went left, she took another look to the right and then went left. Like,
Yeah, you never know.
dude, I always look both ways going across a cross light,
Yeah.
like or a
Mhm.
stoplight. Like,
Yeah.
why is that a thing?
That's how it is, man.
Well, I mean, it's. I would never tell you to sell it or not to sell it. But
Oh
you
no!
know.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's just one of those. I mean, I'm probably just gonna sit on it. I probably won't ride it for a while,
Yeah.
just because again, my own kind of just
How
mental.
much do you think you would get for it?
Like 5, 7.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot.
I mean, it only has like 5,000 miles on it, and it's. I mean, that thing will run forever.
Yeah.
But that's the thing is like I don't even know if I want to sell. If I did, I'd just get a cruiser. Like I'd get something that wouldn't go fast.
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
also just one of my things. Is like.
You just
wanna
have
go
to,
fast.
you know what the whole thing is that you just have to be safe. I mean, it is like it's paid for and it's sitting in your garage, and
yeah.
you know what? If you want to keep it. If you want to sell it, sell it. It's just
Yeah.
that's just the whole thing.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's just like I don't trust people enough to ride my bike.
Yeah, I mean, it's always sketchy because, I mean, like a lot of people they're in cars, right? So there's a lot of ways they can be protected. You don't got any of those.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
Yeah, well, you and I saw enough death certificates during our escrow years. There was a lot of times where I'd be like, you know what?
I
It would.
didn't see a motorcycle one.
I did.
Oh,
I
I
have.
didn't.
I didn't.
Yeah, I had one lady who she was selling her parents' house, and her parents were just cruising along on their Harley, and some truck lost its tire,
Yeah.
and
Dude,
it's like she lost her parents.
Yeah.
You know, Derek's, you remember Amber, Derek's ex-girlfriend?
yeah.
Her and her boyfriend, they got in a motorcycle accident on the 91, and she lost a lot of skin. She had to get a lot of skin grafts.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
But I mean, she probably wasn't wearing like.
She probably wasn't wearing the right clothes. But
Exactly.
still, I mean, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah. No, I mean
Yeah.
that's just the thing. It's like, because I was even like, not gonna. I mean, I've gone fast, and thinking about hitting the ground going fast is not a good like.
Yeah.
But I don't think about
Same
that.
thing with anything, though. I
Well,
mean,
yeah.
you can have that same scenario. Like, sometimes I'll be on a plane, I'm like, well, if this plane crashes, what are you going to do? But, like,
You can't not live life because
Oh no
you're
no
scared.
no
yeah.
no! That's not what I'm saying. Is
Yeah.
that I'm not choosing not to ride because of people. Like I'll still
Oh,
ride.
yeah. No. I was just saying it's like, you know what, and I'm really proud of everybody
Yeah.
sitting around the counter right now because we have conquered those fears. And
Yeah.
here's the thing is fear will stop you from doing a lot of things.
Oh.
And I did one of the sober app stories, and it
Yeah.
was the difference between fear and danger.
Okay.
Because
that's a big
yeah,
difference.
because danger is real.
I
Yeah.
laugh in the face of danger.
Well, I don't know. I mean, danger's like slapping a bear with peanut butter in your hand.
What?
Well, yeah, because
honey.
in all seriousness, but like
That's dangerous.
yeah, because fear, like you can be as scared of like what would happen if.
Yeah. You can be
you know.
rational and be like, this is a dangerous moment.
Yeah, and danger is tangible.
Yeah.
You know, jumping out of a plane is dangerous.
Yeah.
Yes.
being scared of being sober is a fear.
Yeah,
Yes.
I would
You
agree
know.
with you 100%.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to go and kiss a rattlesnake. That's just dumb.
That's dangerous.
It's
Yeah,
dangerous,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah,
But I
but
mean-
but people get the fear and danger
Mixed up.
mixed up. They
Yeah.
kind of like put it into one,
Yeah.
and that stops a whole lot of people from doing a whole lot of things
I see.
because they're associating fear and danger as being the
It's a
same
really
thing.
interesting point.
Yeah. So I almost like kind of thinking about it. It's almost like the adrenaline thing. It's like the either the fight or flight kind of thing. It's like it's almost it turns the dangerous situations into those fearful ones, but then you kind of get like that same adrenaline rush of just
Mhm.
like I'm gonna get away from here.
Hmm.
If that makes sense.
No, it makes sense. Yeah.
Well, it's the fight or
Oh,
flight. I mean, you
okay.
have to do one or the other. You either get adrenaline to run away, or you get adrenaline to fight. I mean,
Yeah,
you're getting
no-
adrenaline one way or the other.
No, but what I meant of that is just even in fearful situations, you still get that adrenaline.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just like
Yeah. But for a different kind of reason, though.
yeah.
Because you're so afraid. You're like your body doesn't know what's happening. So because your body can't interpret its surroundings, right? So it goes off of what you're feeling.
Yeah.
So the body's like, oh man, something crazy must be happening. So he's like, I'm gonna kick it in overdrive, which is where you get like the same kind of similar response.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying.
I keep wanting to. I know yesterday we were walking. I was like, I really wanted to find a rattlesnake, but
Why?
Because I wanted to send it to Natasha.
I went to that park, the Skyline Park
Yeah.
over off of Butterfield, and
Where we used to take all the
Yeah,
swims.
yeah, yeah.
yeah, besides the
You saw a
couple,
rattlesnake there?
no, but
Oh.
let me finish. Besides the couple who was having an argument the entire time I was
Nice.
recording my YouTube, yeah, it was great. They have signs posted everywhere about watching out for rattlesnakes.
Yeah. Or there's
So
a.
you should start walking around there.
I should. I mean, you can walk around. I've seen rattlesnakes in some weird places, but where we were at Lake Skinner yesterday, and there was mountain lion signs.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well-
Just because there's mountain lions everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, you're literally out in the open.
Okay.
Oh.
So you're at Lake Skinner,
Yeah.
not that far away from us. All
Yeah.
right. Correct?
Correct.
So anytime I'm like, oh, go out in the backyard with Indy, it's dark. There might be a mountain lion in the backyard. You're all like, nope.
No, maybe all right. You guys ever heard? This
Why
one
would
time I
he?
was-
Why?
You guys know that there was a huge mountain lion that got killed on accident over at the mall.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but that was different.
Yeah. Ralph
How?
found
That was
that one.
yeah, that
Yeah.
wasn't too long ago.
Yeah, it's all right. So, this one time I was camping up in the Sequoias, and I was just camping. This is the only time I've ever camped by myself, and I remember I woke up in the middle of the night to some dude screaming.
What?
I remember you saying that.
ah, 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 and I was like, "Fuck, this guy's dead." This guy's dead, and hang on, and I was like, "Oh my god," but he could have very well had like night terrors or something like that, but not, and coincidentally, a female mountain lion who is in heat attracting a male sounds
Sounds like that.
eerily similar to a woman screaming and screaming.
Yeah.
It
I've
is
seen TikToks like that.
Terrifying.
Yeah, no.
And bobcats,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's crazy. They'll literally they'll scream just like it's like like so much like a woman screaming in fear and pain. It's insane.
That is scary.
Yeah, I've seen TikToks of people like, oh my god, dude, oh my god, oh my god, oh my
Yeah.
god. I don't know. Like people are like literally in tears because this animal is calling out, but they think it's a person.
like getting murdered.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. If you haven't Googled it, Google it.
Yeah,
It's
I'm gonna Google
pretty
after
wild.
this because that's something.
So I was just had a crazy idea.
Oh.
But when Indy gets old enough and she has her rabies shots,
Yeah.
can we go camping up at Julian?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like up in Cuyamaca?
Yeah.
I mean, because we all have tents.
Yeah, I mean, we just have to be very hyper vigilant on keeping Indy on a leash
Yeah.
because that's when animals attack the most. Is when animals.
Oh
like,
no, she can't get off the leash.
but
I
we can.
mean,
like we have to make sure that she is literally
Well,
on.
we have that thing in the garage where you screw it in the ground and it's
Yeah.
like a little tether.
Yeah.
Because that's, I mean, other than that, yeah, I'd be totally.
yeah,
down.
because I mean, Indy, I mean, she already has the traits of
Yeah.
like never wanting to leave our sides.
Yeah, she's a very protective instincts.
Yeah, because
Yeah, I
like
just wanna make
Freedom,
sure.
yeah, because Freedom was always the type that would be like, hey, wherever my family is, I am.
Yeah.
Liberty, on the other hand, was like, hey, I'm going to go talk to everybody.
Liberty's like,
Yeah.
everyone's my friend. I'm
Yes.
going to introduce myself.
Yes, and they're going to love me.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I just thought, you know what? It's because sometimes, you know, I find myself holding myself back because, but I'm like, you know what? Indy's young. She can go
Yeah,
camping.
she's really smart. She's a very easygoing dog. I mean, her car rides are nothing to her anymore.
Yeah.
That's actually really cool.
She's very. I think she would do really well in, like camping and things like that, and I think it'd be really fun. I'd love to have her experience, a lot of the outside world.
Yeah.
It'd be really cool also to kind of see, because Liberty was always an indoor dog.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But if we did take Indy out a lot more,
Yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of see how she's going to be in her older days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Like, I think it'd be kind of just cool.
Yeah. Plus, too, like, we with Liberty, we used to hold ourselves back a whole lot. Right?
Yeah.
We're like, oh no, Liberty, because she didn't like car rides,
Exactly.
so we couldn't be like, oh no, we can't take Liberty because she wouldn't
She
make
just
it that
did
far.
she didn't enjoy
It
it.
wasn't her bag, right?
Yeah.
So with Indy's like, I'm down for anything.
Yeah.
And so like we can't really use us having a dog as an excuse anymore to not do things.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, to me, it's like if we were to take her, my number one priority is to keep her safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to keep her safe is to keep her,
Away
On a
from
leash.
everything.
leashed,
Yeah.
and we could get like a really long lead, but
Yeah.
we would have to just make sure that
Well, like I
she's
said,
safe.
we have that thing in the garage where it screws into the ground,
Yeah,
and then we just keep her on a leash when she's not on that.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I think that'd be cool.
yeah, and we could just have an adventure.
Yeah, it'd
It's
be
been a
fun.
long time since we've been on an adventure.
It's been what, like 5-6 years for you guys
Yeah.
since you've been camping?
Yeah, well, when we went
Um,
up and did the rapids,
yeah.
is the last adventure.
So
Yeah.
that was, well, let me look at my phone real quick.
A couple of years ago?
Yeah,
Like 3-4 years ago?
No, more than that.
No.
it was right when we first moved in here. It was the August.
I would say 5 years ago.
Yeah,
Dude, time is just flying by.
it was 2017.
Hold, please.
17,
I'll be the
18,
judge of
19,
that.
20, 21, 5 years.
Yeah.
Nope, hang
Okay.
on.
So 5 years. Okay.
I
so-
said 5 years.
Yeah, but I never said you were wrong.
You never
Yeah.
said I was right.
Well, yeah. But I
have too many
mean,
photos.
yeah, I think it'd be kind of fun to go out and kind of camp and just enjoy the outside again.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially when it gets kind of cooler.
Yeah, well, we want to do it anytime soon.
Yeah,
even
like-
even during summer though,
It's not
Julian's not unbearably hot.
No, but I mean, I want to do it to where it's like everybody enjoys it, and I would want to make sure that Indy enjoyed it, and and if it turns out to be something that we really like, we could go down to like Carlsbad
Yeah,
or
totally.
something like
the
that.
camping down there is awesome. Wait, did I have long hair? Oh, I did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Here it is right here. 2017.
Yeah, dude.
Mom was right.
yeah.
That's crazy. Time just
Because time keeps on.
I mean, we
slipping,
couldn't go for any
slipping,
long,
slipping.
crazy,
Yeah.
wild hikes because I mean, like some of the real long trails, you're not allowed to take dogs just because
Yeah.
they don't want the dogs to interfere with the wildlife.
that makes
But
sense.
we could do like little walks around the campground.
Yeah, we can even do Lake Quemaco.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it's just
Yeah,
like,
that'd be fun.
I mean, even taking her there would be kind of cool.
yeah.
Yeah, if you just anything. I mean, just letting her see a lot of the world would be
Yeah.
cool, or a lot of the outside world.
Yeah, because already her temperament in the car is night and day from.
Yeah, she's just like, whatever, dude. I
Yeah.
don't care.
I'll
I'm a
sit
dog.
here.
Yeah, she's like, I'm gonna lay down. I'll lay down.
Yeah.
She's very, very easygoing, and I think she's only gonna get more easygoing as she gets older.
Yeah.
Because she's starting to develop more of a personality. She's like, okay, these guys are pretty cool. I'll just follow their lead.
Yeah.
And she's starting to, I think, be a little more confident with herself. So
Yeah, because when you guys were, when you went to go get your tattoos, Indy and I went to go get Mexican food. So
Mhm.
we were in the drive-through, and literally she was just like, "Hey, I'm cute,"
Yeah.
and she just set up, and it wasn't like the kind of like where she wasn't like trying to get out the window to see
she's
the
just like,
person.
"Hello,
Yeah, she's all like, "Look at me, I'm really cute."
extra queso, por favor."
So, Robert, really quick before we go, do you have anything new for Gwen? And
Gwen,
if you
um,
don't know who Gwen is,
The Natasha update.
and Natasha is Robert's girlfriend in England.
She sure is.
Do-do-do.
Let's see. Anything new with Natasha's life, other than her not wearing Crocs?
Come on, Natasha. Even I have Crocs.
Yeah.
And you know what, Natasha? I will buy you the cute little Croc sandals.
Yeah,
I even got Crocs.
yeah. We'll see, man.
We're
She's
going to peer pressure her.
yeah. That'll get her. Let's see. Her dad wants to paint her fence.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but she didn't want to do it this weekend because it was gonna be warm.
Oh.
So
Okay.
That's the one update.
And Gwen, she lives that crazy life.
Dude, didn't want to paint that
Didn't,
fence.
didn't she reorganize her bookshelf the other day?
she was reorganizing her spare room.
Her
because,
curio closet?
yeah, because she wants to make a reading nook.
That's actually pretty rad.
And no, Gwen is not 90.
Jesus, I didn't say that.
No,
We
she's
love
good.
Gwen.
Yeah, just no news is good news.
Yeah, that's the point.
She went to Dunkin' Donuts. the other day.
Did she get a yum yum?
No, I think she just got coffee, and she got it for. I think she got it for free.
Oh,
because
wow.
She signed up for the mobile app.
Oh.
Yeah,
Is she ever going to go back to Dunkin' Donuts?
maybe I don't know. I mean,
Maybe
there's
she gets another free coupon.
there's
That's a
yeah.
good
She
point.
she definitely loves a bargain. So
She's perfect for you.
Does she also cut out coupons in the daily magazine?
no, I don't think she has a pair of scissors.
Or,
I think they're too sharp.
I could see
I
her
think she
like.
just wets the corners.
I could see her like putting it on the
Impulse.
counter and be like,
yeah. Yep, that's her. Mhm.
yeah.
Jesus.
Living La Vida Loca.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, awesome, Mom. Do you want to tell them where to find us?
Yes, you can find us on all sorts of social media. Actually, if it's a social media site, we're on it. Robert Pike on Instagram and Sherbert on YouTube and TikTok. Brandon is Don't Die Disco on all platforms. And I am Gray Hair and Tattoo on all platforms.
You sure heckin' are.
All right. So until next time, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.